What is up, guys? Welcome to the 28th episode and the last episode of Season 2, rounding off the league with a questionable few games. We got Bournemouth, which I beat them originally, Swansea City, Sheffield United and Hull City. In my head, all beatable games. You know, we've beaten before. I think Swansea City we might have lost against, so we might have to try harder against them. But Bournemouth, you know, the first game of the season and one of the last games of the season that we were playing, which, you know, we comfortably, I say comfortably beat them. I can't remember what we comfortably beat them by, but, you know, we definitely beat them fair and square. Though this game was a bit more challenging because we are resting quite a lot of players. We're not playing it too tough because obviously, see, in the last episode we did lift the trophy. Just to confirm, that is set in stone. We have the trophy back in our cabinet. That is not going anywhere. So we're pretty much playing for pride and giving our youth team and just giving the rotation players just a bit of a run out, really. So we're not actually looking to actively, you know, win the games, but we're just trying to do our best, win the games as much as we can. But we're defending like that, that's just, you're letting them through on the halfway point. Keeper makes a good hand save, but then this goal was just very questionable. The keeper just, I don't know what happened there. Whatever happened. Bournemouth 1-0 in front, and it felt a really slow game. When I was editing this, it was just literally just skimmed through the whole first half. Went to that goal during the end of the first half, and then the second half it picked up a little bit more. There was a few more chances here and there, and yeah, obviously you're now going to see them. Obviously Bournemouth getting one of them, putting in Brooks on the touchline, crosses it over, and then Aif headers it in, beating Ward. At this point I thought, no, it's going to be offside, but no, it was an actual onside goal, and now Bournemouth do go 2-0 up in front away. Not the best start to this episode at all, but you know, we push on. I knew that playing the youth players might have come a cropper, and play the rotation players as well might come a cropper at some point during the end of the season. Though Bowden, you know, he did say he wanted to play, so I thought, you know what, we'll just go ahead and play. I wanted to just rotate my strikers a few bits during these matches, but he wanted to play, so you can't say no to your star man, can you? If you do, he's just going to probably hand in a transfer request. Bournemouth making it 3-1 to them. Going into the last point, I thought, you know, that's going to be the end of it. There was 5+ minutes of added on time. Could we try and get a second goal? Sorry, yeah, not a third goal. We're already 3-1, and Christensen on the edge of the box makes a good save out of the Bournemouth keeper, and that is how it's going to end. 3-1 to them, and that is not what we wanted to start off with. And Swansea City now up against them, making a few more changes to the side as Lucas and Harris are the striker partnership, alongside Dawson, Knight and Christensen in the midfield three. Dawson getting a really good run in here towards the end of the season, as Davis is he's coming on as a substitute. He's not doing too great, but you know, it might be the fact that Dawson's just much higher rated and is definitely a more skillful player going forwards. And coming back, he does have a good defensive stats as well, though we are trying to train him up to be a more pure centre mid with a good attacking and box-to-box quality, as Lucas gets played through, and we're going to make it 1-0, and that is the start that we wanted to have in these last few games. But nevertheless, we do get our goal, and hopefully we'll get more with Lucas and Harris up front. We might bring on Butcher come late end episode, but yeah, keeper making a good save, not a corner. Actually, it wasn't really a corner. I thought he got a save on it. I was looking at the replay, he got a small touch on it, but no, apparently EA and FIFA were like, nope, that was not a save. But Lucas getting a brace, getting his double, and putting Ipswich Town 2-0 up in front. That is what you love to see. Next coming up, obviously got Harris on the ball, going to play through Lucas again. Can Lucas find his third? He should be able to find a third from this position. No, he hits the near post and doesn't convert his chance. It's really unfortunate because I thought, you know, we're through one-on-one with the keeper. Every other time Lucas appears to score, but this time he does not do it. And Danny Ward with a really good save, and Knight with a power shot from the outside 20 yards out, unfortunately gets deflected and comes back out for Ipswich Town to control. What is Lucas going to do? He's going to curl one round. My god, yes he does. That is an absolute power of a shot. It's not a power shot, but it is a powerful one, and it is a powerful placed shot into the top right hand corner, making Ipswich Town 3, Swansea City 0. And this is our form that we know we can play with, as Dawson does some really good skill round the box there, getting past all the players, has his shot away, but then fires it into the keeper's hands, and the keeper parries it out for a corner, and nothing comes of that. And Swansea City on one of their last attacks now, and they do get a goal back in the 80th minute. Unfortunately, that will be a consolation goal for them and nothing more. So they are going to have their little bit of pride restored, but not too much. We're going to have one last free kick with Giles. He's quite a good free kick taker here, but obviously didn't put too much power on, but it was still on target, and if the keeper didn't get across, that was going in the bottom half of the net. And Lucas with his hat-trick taking home the match ball. Now up against Sheffield United, a quality side playing the 5-2-1-2. We're playing the 5-3-2. Now you can see they've got a few more attacking players than we do on the pitch. We've only got our strike team that are the fairly decent attacking players. We've got Lane, Penny and Christensen. Christensen is a decent player. I wouldn't say he's an attacking player, I would say he's an overall midfielder. So, you know, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with not putting Chaplin in a cam position, just have a few more attacking options and then going into that aforementioned 5-2-1-2 formation ourselves. But nevertheless, we are getting into the game, and Sheffield United do get themselves one goal in front. And may I say, this game is a little bit of a goal fest. As you can see, Sheffield United scoring a second goal within 28 minutes of the match playing out. Now, that is not the only one they score, and that is, well, we do come back and do score a few. Look at this. Butcher gets laid in. Can he do anything? No. Lane, what can he do? Has a shot and just bounces around the keeper and just nothing comes of it. And then Andy, I can't remember what his name is, he comes up with a counter-attack. The pace of this man is a star player for Sheffield United, and you can see why. The amount of pace, it doubles. The shot timing, it just doubles. Everything doubles, and the player's ability just doubles. If I didn't have star player on, then that would probably have come a cropper for them, and they probably wouldn't have scored, and we probably would be doing a little bit better. I'm not entirely sure. We have been doing well without it, as look at that, Bowden just dinks the keeper, and wow, that's the second chip shot we've ever scored in this career mode out of 28 episodes. I mean, only Wes Burns and Bowden have scored the 2 chip shots, and both are going to probably start in the starting 11 during the Premier League season, though obviously bringing in a new right wing back, because Burns is getting a bit old. He's 29 years old now. He's going to hit his 30s when he's in the Premier League, so you know, going to try to look to bring in a younger right wing back, and probably just a more well-rounded right wing back if we can, because Wes Burns isn't really a defensive player. He can defend, but he's more proficient on the attack. And now Bowden are getting a second for Ipswich Town, and that is a goal and a half. I mean, that's what I expected from the chance created from Lucas in the other last game, I think it was, yeah, against the Bournemouth, but unfortunately not, he didn't create that. But Bowden, the much better striker and the much better player. But look at that. I mean, Sheffield United just running rings around our defence. They've got so many good star players on their pitch. To be honest, I'm not too sure what equates to a star player. I think it's at least in the 80s, maybe. Not entirely sure. So if it is, I'll have to check that up and have a look to see what exactly equates to a star player for a team. We'll obviously have to find that out. But we do get a third goal back in the 83rd minute. And really weird celebration. Obviously we get caught up in the goal net, and now we will do our celebration. There we go. That is what we wanted to do in the first place. But actually what we wanted to do in the first place is pick the goddamn ball up and then run it out and then try and get another goal. And can we get another goal late on, just to try and save a bit of pride? Chaplin puts a lofted ball into Bowden. Bowden controls it, shoots against the keeper, rebounds. Keeper takes down his own defender, so he gets a bit preoccupied, and then we finish off the loose ball, making it Sheffield United 5, Ipswich Town 4, and that is a really unfortunate one. We're not really going to get the points there, but as I said, we don't need the points. I think more teams around us. I think Sheffield United needed the points to try and get into the playoffs. Also, we'll have a look to see when they do actually get into the playoffs. And to be honest, I completely forgot to show the playoffs in this episode as well. So sorry about that. You'll just have to see who gets promoted in the Premier League Season 3. As we finish off the last few episodes going off in the Championship. I know there's at least a couple. I think there's about 4 more to come out. We've got the 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th episode coming out. So that's probably enough of those episodes because you've probably already seen them. But at the time of recording this, those ones have yet to come out. And Hull City getting the very, very quick goal. I completely missed that. Now, yep, even though they got it really, really early on, they're going to get a second 12 minutes into the match. And it was at this point I'm thinking, how are we capitulating this bad? Our form has been really good throughout the whole entire season, even with somewhat rotated players in the FA Cup. You know, we've beat Aston Villa, we beat Newcastle, but you know, when we come to these Championship teams that aren't actually fighting for anything, our form just dies down. I think it's always an end of the season thing. Hopefully we don't do that at the Premier League, because we might be lower down than we would like to be and fighting against relegation. Hopefully we don't lose form towards the end and get relegated. That is not what we really want to do. And look at that, who fires up? Harris getting his goal, making it 1-2 for us. 1-2? Yeah, 1-2. I wasn't going to say 2, making it 2-1 for us, because that would have been the other way around, but we're 2-1 down. As Christensen lays off Penny. Penny's got the pace. Can he find Harris? Yes, he can. Can Harris find Knight? Yes, he can. Can Knight find the back of the net? No. This keeper is on fire. Throughout this whole game, all my chances, the keeper has pretty much saved them. There was quite a lot in there. I didn't know which ones to pick, but I didn't want to make this episode too long just to show every single shot that we had. But Danny Ward with a really good double save there, making it, or keeping it 2-1, should we say, keeping us in the game. Can we find anything during this second half? I really hope so, just to finish off on a high. But unfortunately, Hull City are going to go 3-1 in front from their star man, Cynic. That is probably how you pronounce his name. I probably will be wrong. It's not the name on his back of his shirt, but it's the name that appeared on the bottom left hand screen. As there we go, number 3. You can probably try and pronounce that yourself, or try and find out who knows how to pronounce that name. But 3-1 up in front now. Got a little bit of work to do, and now we've got too much work to do as Hull City go 4-1 in front. And it is definitely not how I saw the end of this season going at all. I thought, you know, we're going to finish it off on a high, but I suppose that's what happens when you play the rotated players, when they haven't really played as a team for the whole season, and you bring in your youth players as well. Lucas dinks it over into Butcher and somehow grabbles it into the back of the net, making it 4-2, restoring a bit of pride for us in the 81st minute. And unfortunately that is how it will end now at Pullman Road for the final game of the season. Let's say it's, you know, it's not how I wanted to round off the season, and you know, Hull City were the better side going forward. We just really didn't handle their attacking play. Their keeper kept them in it, if I'm honest. We had our chances, but we just couldn't finish them, and their keeper just decided to make a performance of his lifetime throughout, and that's how it's going to end. So Ipswich Town and Crystal Palace are the promoted sides, so Norwich City, Bristol, Southampton and Sheffield United just edge above Bournemouth, and I think that 5-4 win against us is what edged them in there for sure. But now looking at the lower half of the table, Rotherham, Blackpool and Sheffield Wednesday get relegated alongside, and Bowden, look at that, 56 goals in 39 matches, that's mad. And Harris, the amount of Ipswich Town players as on the assists is just crazy. But Danny Ward, only 8 clean sheets. But I hope you've enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the Premier League season. I hope you've enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.